I am far too excited. I'm working on the tools that I believe I need to disassemble a universe and reassemble it in the way I want. I'm still working on them. There's still a a small portion of my toolbox that I need. But I think I have enough to start making progress. And there's two reasons for this. Is one, it's just getting started. I'm just too excited. I just want to get started. But two, is there's sort of a point to be made in that I can start even though I'm not 100% ready. And in fact, my tools tell me, we're working while wrong is one of the tools that I have. You can do things before you have them perfectly set up. So, in a slightly aching body, in a workstation that is far too small, without an appropriate way to hold my camera, using tools that have come to me through circumstance, I'm going to begin the journey of really moving around the world in the way I want, and I'm going to take you with me. First things first, though, is for this, I'm going to need both hands. One is currently holding a phone. I don't have a workstation really set up. So first things first, the first tool I'm going to need is a nice little workstation. Let's get that started. All right, let's take a little look at our battle station. We have just an old cereal box, all used up. Cut holes in it for light so that I can get my hands in here. Stabilized everything with popsicle sticks and tape. Made it kind of tilted so that way the phone is at an angle, just so that it's not straight down. And then made little things so that the phone can sit right on top here and film right down in here, and then I can work on things. And now this is like the level 1 tool set, like the very basic beginning. Actually, I don't know how the sound quality is, so this will be a test too. The very basic beginning of being able to work in here. Like, I can do stuff right here. I should mark out a little zone to start making videos where I can use both of my hands to start moving stuff around. And as time goes on, hopefully I'll only improve on this design. These are the tools that we're working with right now. I have more, but like I said, I haven't fully written about them and whatnot and explained them. And I know haven't gotten to all of these in videos yet, just the first few. But things are arranged in particular orders. Like, stuff is in different places and it's changing, and different things they're useful for different things. And that could be as simple as this paper is more useful to write on than the desk because the paper is more expendable. Things are the same and they're different. Like these two little baskets I made, they're the same, but they're different than this paper. They're both made out of paper. Like, there's similarities and differences between things, how they're arranged and what they're effective for. We have trial and error. Like all of this, this is just a trial. I've been trying to make videos in different ways for a long time, and some of them are more effective than others, and you don't figure those out until you try a bunch of things, and eventually you figure it out. Tool use, we're using tools. Language, that's a tool to get my ideas across. This is a tool to make an arrangement that looks like words for you. Using this bottle to carry the sand instead of trying to hold it all in my hand constantly, it's a tool use. Everything's just tools. All of these are tools. Working while wrong, like, obviously this isn't a scientific lab. Like, this isn't really the right way to do things, but I'm still able to make some progress. So we're working while wrong. I'm going to be messing around with this stuff and explaining it on a almost pseudoscience level. It's not going to be 100% correct. I want to separate this stuff. I'm not going to be able to get into the molecules, the atoms, the actual what these minerals are. I'm coming at this from a very cursory beginner's level. I'm kind of wrong in a lot of ways, but I'm still able to work with what I have. And filters, working while wrong. Filters, let's fix that. There, can't you tell it's fixed? My bad. Filters. Filters are a way of saying, hey, we're going to ignore a lot of those things, and we're going to ignore as much as we want to focus on just a very specific thing. All of that stuff that we're wrong about, we can ignore it. We can ignore the right way to do things as long as our way works. We can ignore a lot of the ways that these are the same or different in favor of one particular thing that we're measuring for, using some metric of effectiveness. These tools are going to let us... Oh, and filtering also lets you actually separate things based on some criteria. We're going to use all of these to separate this sand into groups. Right now, they're arranged in just a complete assortment. There's things that there's little grains of sand that are the same and grains of sand that are the different according to some measurements. And we're going to try to figure out what effective measurement we're going to use and separate them using that filter. We'll be wrong in a lot of ways. We're going to be using very rudimentary tools, just stuff that I happen to have. I'm using paper as bins to store these in. I'm using a box that I made to hold the phone. Like, we're going to be using some very simple things, but we're going to be creating the very first steps on this journey. So let's start.